Parenting with purpose begins here. Why is it that despite all the parenting books, seminars, and modern advice available today, so many African families or parents still struggle with discipline, confidence, and raising thriving children? Could it be that the problem isn't the advice itself, but something deeper within us as parents? Stay with me, because in this video I'll uncover why modern parenting advice often fails African families, the hidden mindset trap holding us back, and practical strategies you can start applying today to break the circle. By the end of this video, you will see parenting in a whole different or new light. I am Eileen Mambo, and I help African working parents to navigate the challenges of modern parenting with confidence and gain clarity and authority to raise children who thrive. Modern parenting advice is everywhere: YouTube, books, workshops, yet many African parents say, in quotes, "it doesn't work for us." The truth, it is not the advice that is wrong. It's that our mindset and upbringing filters how we receive it. A parent once told me, "My dad was very disciplined. He beat us for every mistake, yet the same father struggled with alcohol and emotional instability." This shows how we confuse violence with discipline. When advice clashes with deeply ingrained childhood experiences, our brains resist. We default to what feels familiar, even if it's harmful. According to Proverbs 22 verse 6, it says, "Train up a child in the way he should go." Notice it says train, not react. Training requires structure, not emergency punishment. Let's talk about the fixed mindset trap. Many African parents hold a fixed mindset. They say, "This is how I was raised, so this is how I will raise my children." Denial plays a role. We refuse to admit that parts of our upbringing were flawed. The result, we recycle the same patterns: shouting, spanking, fear-based discipline. But what if discipline isn't about punishment at all? What if it is about structure, responsibility, and teaching skills? I'll show you how in a moment. But why does modern advice feels foreign? Parents often say these modern methods are Western. They don't fit into our African culture. But culture is not the enemy here. The real issue is lack of adaptation. For instance, time management advice without structures, routines, and accountability, it feels impossible. But when these structures are put in place and replaced by our African realities, extended families, communal living, busy work schedules, it works. Studies in child development show that children thrive in predictable, structured environments. Stability reduces anxiety and builds emotional intelligence. Now, let's talk about the growth mindset shift. To benefit from modern parenting advice, parents must embrace a growth mindset, unlearn what didn't serve or even hurt them, relearn what works today, given that times are changing. Growth mindset means admitting, my upbringing had flaws, but I can do better for my children. Romans 12 verse 2 reminds us, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Parenting transformation begins with renewing our mindset. Here's how to begin benefiting from modern parenting advice. Shift from reaction to response. That's the first one. Discipline is not an emergency. Stop reacting emotionally. Start responding with structure. Secondly, build family systems. Create routines, clear expectations, and accountability. For instance, morning routines that eliminate chaos. No more screaming before school. Thirdly, move from rules to values. Rules can be broken. Values are lived. Instead of "don't lie," build honesty as a family value. Fourthly, embrace learning and unlearning. Admit that some of how we were raised was flawed. Commit to relearning better ways, even if it feels uncomfortable. The fifth and the last is partner alignment. Parenting is not a solo project. Align with your spouse or support system to avoid mixed signals that confuse the kids. The payoffs: families that embrace growth mindset parenting raise children who are confident, emotionally intelligent, and adaptable. Children who respect values, not just rules. Children who thrive in adulthood because they were trained, not traumatized. So why does modern parenting advice fails most African families? It's not because it's wrong, but because we resist changing the very patterns that shaped us. The moment we shift from reacting to response, from rules to values, and from denial to learning, everything changes. If you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and start raising confident, thriving children, don't just watch this video. Apply one strategy today. And share in the comments which parenting pattern you feel you need to unlearn first. Parenting is not about perfection. It's about progress. And progress begins when we admit the truth, embrace wisdom, and build structures our children need to thrive. See you in the next video. Bye.